Welcome to SV Racing Parts. Today we're installing the Footpeg lowering kit on the V-Strom. You're going to need a 10, 12, and 13 millimeter box wrench, a crescent wrench, 4 millimeter Allen wrench, needle nose pliers, and some blue Loctite. All parts for the kit come clearly marked for both left and right sides with diagrams and clear instructions. We'll start on the shifter side by marking the original shifter position while in neutral. We're then going to remove the shifter pinch bolt and get the linkage off of the spline shifter shaft. Sometimes the linkage can be stuck on there with a little bit of corrosion. You might want to use a little bit of lubrication to get that off of there, but it should come pretty easily. The next step is to take your Allen wrench and take off that left side foot peg assembly. Once you have the foot peg and linkage assembly off of there, you're going to disassemble the original linkage and get set to put on the new extended linkage. Before we do that though, we're going to take the foot peg lowering plate and install that on the V-Strom. You're going to take the flush mount hex bolts and put them into the countersunk side of the new extension plate. Put your washers on, a little bit of blue Loctite, and then we're going to put our acorn nuts on, tightening up with a crescent wrench and your hex key on the back side. Again, you don't have to go crazy torquing these down. Let the blue Loctite do its job in holding those secure. Once you've got that done, you can reattach the newly extended foot peg using the original hex bolts. The next and most important part is to install the shifter linkage extension. The shifter linkage extension comes in three pieces: a left-hand threaded rod, a right-hand threaded rod, and a threaded barrel connector. There are also two jam nuts provided. One goes at each end of the threaded barrel extension. Remember to use blue Loctite on all threads. Once the jam nuts are secure and everything is assembled, you can put the linkage back together on the splined shifter shaft, noting the original shifter position in neutral. Reinstall the shifter pinch bolt, and the left-hand side of the bike is complete. We can now move on to the brake side of the bike by removing the right foot peg. You'll then remove the small cotter pin from the back of the brake linkage. We can then get set to install the foot peg lowering plate on the right side of the bike in the same fashion that we did on the shifter side. Once the foot peg lowering plate is securely attached, you can put the foot peg back on the bike. Now the next step is going to be to attach the brake linkage extender. Remove the linkage clip from the threaded rod. Now again, with your blue Loctite, you're going to want to assemble the new brake extension section as shown. Once this is done, you can put the new extension section on the threaded rod again, and using the new cotter pin provided, attach the linkage clip to the brake lever. Once that's done, the only thing left to do is to tighten down the jam nut above the extension, and you're ready to go riding. Thanks for watching this episode of SV Racing Parts install videos. Visit us today at svracingparts.com.